Good afternoon, guys. Little late here this afternoon because Mrs. P and I have been making spaghetti sauce. So, harvesting about 20 pounds of potato or tomatoes a day, and so it's like crap. We got to do something with this. So we got pots of stuff going. But I wanted to give you all a heads up here before you turn on the news and get lied to like crazy and listen to everything from the White House going, "Oh, look, the job market's great and everything, the economy's recovering." Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, they're spinning this, giving you half the story, and of course they're full of shit. Nothing new there. So, this morning payroll numbers came out, all right? And the report came out that payrolls rose by 372,000 people, okay? Which sounds great. They were expecting 268. Oh my God, 100,000 people more are working than were expected. This is great. The economy's turning around, and I guarantee you, the Democrats are going to be thumping their chest all day saying this is, the job market's good and everything like that. Here's where you have a little problem, okay? As we get into breaking down the numbers, and this is what the most important part about it is. When you look at the institutional numbers, okay, or the establishment survey, which is the numbers the government puts out here, okay, plus 372,000. Hey, great. The problem is when you look at the household survey, that showed the opposite. That showed a negative 315,000. Now, what are those two things? Well, there's 372,000 more employees on payroll. That's the survey of the companies. The average household, not the average household, the amount of households in the United States, 315,000 less households have a wage earner in them. What does this mean? Well, what it means is you have people that are working 2 and 3 jobs, and you have other people that are working none. It's a very, very misleading figure the way the government reports it. Like every other figure, inflation. Okay. Because when you say, hey, there's 372,000 new jobs, it's great. But when there's 315,000 less people working those jobs, start doing the math, okay? That's almost 700,000 disparity. So that'll tell you how many people are working 2 jobs to make ends meet. This isn't a good piece of news. This is a bad piece of news. When you have less households with a income earner in them, that's not a good thing. When you have people needing to work multiple jobs, that's not a good thing. And I know some people will say, well, full-time jobs, hard to get, whatever would be. So, somebody's working 2 part-time jobs to, that's the same as a full-time job, right? No, it's not, because most companies don't pay benefits to part-time workers. No insurance, nothing like that. No retirement plan, anything for them to do. Okay? Part-time jobs are paycheck to paycheck type positions. So, you start listening to this, and the market, of course, this morning rallied right off the get-go. It's like, oh, this is going to be great, the better than expected, and the market took off, and we were where we got up to this morning. The Dow was up over 31.5. Yeah, we're up a couple of 100 points, no problem. As I'm recording this here a little after 1 o'clock, we're down 63. Yeah, because now once the full story started hitting the traders who understand this sort of stuff, they're like, ooh, this ain't good. So tonight when you turn on the news or when you listen to God knows what pundit out there going, yeah, the economy's recovering, don't worry about inflation, jobs are coming back, look at how great the Joe economy is doing. There's the truth, okay? You know, the whole story. God forbid a politician ever tell you the whole story. So, you know, needing to pay attention to this real quick about specifically what is going on in the uh, economy. They're gonna. I love reading these stories this morning. Going, oh, we're at the peak of inflation, right? Do you believe that? I sure don't. Okay, because yeah, inflation will bounce around a little bit. I mean, when we drop 0.1% over month, big freaking deal. We haven't got into the fall yet. We haven't got to the end of the fiscal year for companies yet. We haven't got into harvest season yet. When all this falls at the same time, that's when things are going to get real ugly. And of course, you will have, because it's an election season, and mind you here, we're what, 4 months from the election, you're going to have politicians trumpeting, you need to reelect me, look at this, we came out of this, and because of what I did, because of what my party did, the economy's great. I mean, I was reading something this morning that the Young Democrats, whatever it would be, are publicly stating that they don't see a bloodbath for the Democrats in November, that they think that they'll hold the House and hold the Senate. Now I'm going, I want to know where you're getting your data from, because all the data, the actual talking to people, saying there ain't a rat's ass chance in hell. Right now, the best predictor saying that the Democrats are going to lose 6 seats in the Senate and something like 50 something in the House. Okay? And he thinks they're going to keep this. All right. But you got to remember, this is the same organization that thinks AOC is going to be a great presidential candidate in 2024. You think, I mean, I'm just giving it to you guys here. That's the economic crap of what's going on. And you're going to have these people pounding on the door going, we're doing a great job. I mean, look at the press secretary yesterday coming out and saying this is the best economy ever. Nobody outside the White House staff who's got their head buried so far up their posterior believes that. But yet those are the talking points coming out of the White House. Guaranteed they'll spin this one. I want you guys to know the truth. Have a good afternoon. Pinball out.